You're listening to Intellectual Nudity, uncensored, uninhibited, unleashed. The Jose Soto Show.
Well, as predicted, the stupid, fruity, senseless show that National Geographic was having on their showing on their network basically tanked in the ratings. The Are You Tougher Than a Boy Scout show. I mean, that was a hideous show. Never mind the gay stuff. I mean, whoever thought of that concept, and I have the name here somewhere. I'm not going to look for it, but whoever thought about that concept needs to be dragged out in the street by his nuts. He needs to be beheaded, decapitated. We need to have a fat ass shit down his throat and really burn his body into a crisp. Because whoever thought about this stupid idea, you must be, you must be chased out of Hollywood. Chased out of Hollywood. Kind of a moron would think about it. Only somebody who's stupid enough to do it. And you know why they did this, right? Are You Tougher Than the Boy Scouts? It's because the Boy Scouts wanted a free marketing scheme, and they got it. They got this doofus producer, I don't know what his name is, who was an Eagle Scout. I don't know what he was, a Boy Scout. It come up with this concept, and he sold it to the National Geographic people. And I don't know, do the National Geographic people really think this was really gonna help them? This is gonna be a good thing? By the way, who watches National Geographic Channel? Evangelicals? Because they don't watch National Geographic, especially if you have those natives running around half naked with their tits open and tits wide open, so everybody can see. They don't want their kids to see natives' tits. So, who watches the National Geographic Channel? Let me ask you that. I mean, really think about this. Who really watches this show, this channel? Maybe say my smart people, right? So this is what happened. Ratings were a flop for the National Geographic Channel when they aired this pathetic show. Now, I don't know. Glad is saying that it's because of the gay thing. I don't know. It could be, yeah, I think that added to it. I think that took away probably 300,000 viewers, right? But then you have the fact that it's a stupid show. It was geeky, it was pathetic, it was nothing interesting about it. And plus, Boy Scouts are not tough. Let me just say that, please. I know I get criticized. A teenager wearing a park ranger's hat and a fruity little uniform, sewing on badges, swimming in the river, playing these weird games. I don't know what they were. That's not tough. The SEALs were tough. I think that the National Geographic, they have this other show, right? For the Navy SEALs. Now, those are tough. That show has what, like 1.5 million viewers each time that it's on? Yeah. Well, let me see the article here. It's right over here. And Glad is boasting like, oh, we beat them. I'm like, I don't know. I think it was, the gay thing, and that added to the tanking, the demise of the show, but also the show itself. You went on the internet. I mean, that's what I did, and I researched this, and a lot of people were talking about the show, and they're like, even before it aired, even before it premiered, people were like, what is this crap? Are You Tougher Than the Boy Scout? Who thought of this shit? That's what everybody was thinking. Second came to, the gay policy. And by the way, gay people, we should just stay out of that shit. Fuck the Boy Scouts. We don't need the Boy Scouts. They need us. That's how it is. These Boy Scouts, these people up in the headquarters over there in Dallas, they are running around like headless chickens because they know that the money is running out. And they need us. That's why they all were very close to repealing that gay ban. And they know that the corporate funding, the corporate donations are going to stop. And they're stopping. Money's getting tight over there at the Boy Scouts, you know. How much money you need just to run a Boy Scout troop? How much money what does it cost to buy those fruity uniforms? Huh? Isn't it that they make the parents like waste gas and take them up to the trips and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, these churches let the Mormons sponsor them. What, you know? Why are we there? Why do you want to be there? It's like a black guy who wants to join the Klan. It's not. That doesn't make any sense. I know inclusiveness but the Boy Scouts is not. They're not the Scouts. If you actually look at the Supreme Court case, Dell versus the Boy Scouts of America, you'll see there that they're not about scouting. They admitted to the Supreme Court justices they're not about scouting. They're about upholding the Scout oath, being morally straight. That is the mission of the Boy Scouts. It has nothing to do with camping, nothing to do with wearing these funny camp ranger hats or park ranger hats. Nothing to do with camping or starting a fire or tying knots. That's not what they're about. They said to the Supreme Court justices, that's secondary. Our primary mission is to keep the gays out. It is an anti-gay organization. That's why we want the First Amendment right to express that in our membership policy. And that's what they did. Just like the Klan has a First Amendment right in their policy to state that blacks are not allowed. And that's what they've done. Did you know that the Boy Scouts did not allow blacks to join? The Boy Scouts have been taken over by Southern Baptists, evangelicals, and these Mormons. The Mormons account for less than 2%. There are more gays than Mormons in this country, but Mormons account for less than 2% of the population. But yet, close to a third of the Boy Scouts and the chapters and these councils and these troops are Mormon. And then another third are Southern Baptist, Southern Reactionary Dixiecrats. That's 2/3. And then you have the Vatican behind that too. What do you want? Why? Answer that question. But GLAAD is all about, it's all about fighting. That's all it is. I don't want to join the Boy Scouts. No gay person should join the Boy Scouts. No. And no gay man should be a scout leader. Reason being, if people know that you're gay and you're in the Boy Scouts, you're a scout leader, you're taking boys up to the woods, I'm not saying that you are going to do it. Gay men are openly gay men, actually, that's the key here. Openly gay men are least likely to molest boys. It's the closeted chicken hawks, these creepo, Jerry Sandusky heterosexuals, who are the ones we should look out for. I'm just saying. But let me just say this. If we let gay men become scout leaders, you know what's going to happen, right? The people who are so homophobic, so anti-gay, you know what they're going to do? And I bet you this is what's going to happen. They're going to get the files out. They're going to get all those pedophiles that they themselves hid in the Boy Scouts, these pedophiles, and then they're going to bring them out. And then they're going to say, see, this is what happens when you let gay people in. They're molesting our kids. Why do you want to be involved? Why do you want... It's like, I don't know. It's like throwing a chicken in a pack, in the middle of a pack of foxes. It's just... You're begging for some gay bashing there. That's what's going to happen. You really want... first of all, gay youth are already bullied in the schools. Now you want to send them to a Boy Scout camp full of Mormons? Are you fucking nuts? Might as well just get a black man, tie him up, and send him to the next Klan meeting up in Mississippi somewhere. Might as well just do that. You're nuts if you believe that it's okay for a gay teen to join the Boy Scouts. You know what's going to happen if a gay teen joins the Boy Scouts, if a gay youth is in the Boy Scouts? You know what's going to happen? He's going to get bullied beyond... It's going to be hell. He's going to be bullied, bashed, and I wouldn't even kid you because of what I've seen in the internet, what I researched on this subject. I wouldn't be surprised if a gay kid turns up dead. They kill him. Because the people behind the Boy Scouts are not who you think they are anymore. The Boy Scouts have ceased to exist. What we have today is not the Boy Scouts of America. It's the Boy Scouts of Utah. That's what we have. The Boy Scouts of Southern Dixiecrats. These reactionaries, whenever they see a gay man, they say, oh, faggot. And then they chase him down, they beat him up. Is that what you want to send gay kids to? I thought we were supposed to protect our gay kids from bullying, from harassment, from these kind of environments. We're going to put our kids in the middle of hell on earth. That's what we're going to do if we let gay kids be exposed to this environment. I would rather have gay kids join the fucking NFL. I'd rather have that. I mean, you have the homophobia within the Boy Scouts, and then you're going to have the pedophilia. Not only is a gay kid, imagine a gay kid coming out of the closet at 13 or 12 saying, oh, I think I'm gay. You know, that's what they say when they first start to question themselves. And then, well, what's going to happen? You're going to have a Jerry Sandusky in there because half of these scoutmasters are fucking pedophiles. Let me just say that. And then they're going to see that this kid is gay, that he's a homo, that he likes it up the ass. Whoa, what's going to happen? Oh, what do you think is going to happen? He's going to try to be alone with him. He's going to try to bugger that boy and rape him. You want to expose our gay kids to these monsters? What do you want to do that for? Come on, Glad. Get over yourself. Let's be realistic about this. There's certain things we are thankfully not a part of. Football, and then there's this Boy Scouts. Last thing we want to be is in the Boy Scouts. There's a reason why we're not there. And it's a good reason. Not for the sake of the kids, fuck that. If it was for the sake of the kids, you wouldn't have your kids in the Boy Scouts, number one. It's kind of weird that you let a stranger wearing a fruity uniform with a funny park ranger hat, you let him spend a night with your kid, a stranger, in the middle of the woods, up in the mountains. What kind of a parent does that? Fucking A. Anyway, before I leave you, let me talk about the ratings of this Tough Scout. Are you tougher than the Boy Scout? Fruity show. Here's the article. I'm glad it's boasting this. Ooh, look at... No. Tonight, National Geographic Channel, Are You Tougher Than the Boy Scout, airs back-to-back episodes ending in the season finale. How about series finale? That's what's going to happen. The series' low ratings prove that America will not tune into the Boy Scouts' anti-gay discrimination and is ready to see a change from the Boy Scouts of America. I want to see a change. I want to see the Boy Scouts disappear. And it's over. Done. We don't want them anymore. And they're going to do it themselves. I bet you that when they're going to go into that May meeting and they're going to vote on this issue, they're going to keep the ban. And that's good. And they can die off. They can wither on the vine. Who cares? Move on. We don't need these fruity little queers. That's what they are. They're weird. Oh, you're tougher than the Boy Scout. Fuck. So silly. That's so silly. That's so fucking pathetic and silly. Grown man competing with teenagers. Oh my God. What is this? Only 439,000 households in the United States tuned into the premiere of Are You Tougher Than the Boy Scout on March 4th. This is not a hit by National Geographic Channel standards. The second season of Doomsday Preppers premiered at 1.3 million households, and I believe that kind of show is kind of stupid too, but hey, it got 1.3 million. Factual drama film Killing Lincoln premiered. That's kind of a neat show. That one's pretty neat. 3.4 million viewers, and SEAL Team 6 averaged 2.7 million viewers in its debut. You see the difference there? All right. The premiere of Are You Tougher Than a Boy Scout failed to make the top 32 list of most watched primetime cable TV shows that night, and has not cracked the top 100 in recent weeks. GLAAD joined Eagle Scout Will Oliver to deliver more than 120,000 Change.org petition signatures to National Geographic Channel headquarters in Washington, D.C. on March 4th, calling on the network to denounce the Boy Scouts' ban on gay scouts and scout leaders before the night's premiere of Are You Tougher Than a Boy Scout. Oliver asked the network to issue the following disclaimer, blah, blah, blah. Well, there you go. 439,000 households. That's pretty. That's a flop. You're not gonna work in Hollywood again if you have those kind of numbers. I have more views than that on this channel than Are You Tougher? I mean, it's so stupid. And the thing is that people were not interested. It's stupid. It's fruity. It's ridiculous. I thought that the Boy Scouts were all about, honor and civics and all that, and being honorable, right? What's so honorable about doing a reality show on Nat Geo? What's so honorable about that? And of course, the one thing that GLAAD did right, and I applaud them for this, is that they exposed the conspiracy, if you want to call it, of the Boy Scouts using the program as a recruitment tool. You failed. Well, hopefully Boy Scouts will become nothing but a relic in the dustbin of history, because that's where it belongs. I know, people are going to yell and scream because of what I said. I don't give a shit. Yell, scream, foam at the mouth, send me an email, do whatever you want. But that's the truth, and you hate to see the truth. The truth is nobody cares about the Boy Scouts anymore. Nobody wants to join. You lost a lot of people. You lost a lot of members in the Boy Scouts. Gee, I wonder why. Because, yeah, it's a right-wing religious organization. That's what it is. And why do you want to join that again? Why? I don't know. We shouldn't even be anywhere near that. Stay away from that shit. Gay people don't belong there. At all. We have better things to do. We have our lives ahead of us. To be worried about whether or not some gay kid can wear a fruity hat. Please. Anyway.